say this directly to Man United fans, just lower your expectations, man. You're not a decent club anymore. You're not going to challenge for the title. Just be happy, just embrace that. It's not the despair, it's the hope that kills you. So United fans, just give up hope and you will enjoy it far more.
There will be always tough times in every journey, and we are in the right direction.
Now we have Isaac Rudder and Bradley Peters entering the press conference room. Good afternoon. We are gathered for the Manchester United emergency press conference with Bradley Peters and Isaac Rudder. Gentlemen, the first question.
Hello, good day.
Good day.
Ten Hag, in or out?
In.
Out.
Ten Hag. Boy, where to start? I don't even know where to start, man. He is not a United manager, and let me tell you why.
That's why you want him in. Pause.
No, I said Ten Hag in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He's not a United manager, but he understands the culture.
No, he doesn't. That's fucking big.
Can I finish? Can I finish, bro? Yeah.
Sorry.
Ten Hag understands this thing called discipline. And he has disciplined the players in a particular way, and he's bringing back the Fergie way. And I don't want to dwell on Fergie, but we need someone who's respected at the club, unlike Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So, Isaac, Ten Hag in.
It's 100% Ten Hag out for me, but that's also because I just never really rated him that high. I think people sometimes they see nice football patterns and think that, oh, coach can play nice tactic in game. Yay, great manager for club. That's not how it works. Yeah. You have to work with the ethos of the club. And I vehemently disagree with you that Ten Hag is well, one understands the Manchester United way, but two is a Sir Alex Ferguson carry on. As a matter of fact, the person you said, unlike Ollie, it's not the truth. Right? I disagree with you 100%. Online trolls can maybe fool you to think that, but that's not true. But I was going to say that with Ten Hag, right? You say that he carries on Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex Ferguson would never go in a press conference and say a player, anything about a player. That's automatically that's actually anti-Manchester United. So just him doing that to Sancho already is a L. Like, that's not the Manchester United way. Manchester United way is direct, free-flowing wingers, attacking football. We don't play that. Last year we played a deep defensive line. That's anti-Manchester United football. That's LVG style football. That's pragmatic football. And after, by the way, let's just make it clear, he bought 3 first-team players that are more expensive than any players that we had gotten these seasons before. So I don't see how, I don't get it. Also, I'll say that, like, the football has been mid, bro. Like, people can't tell me, oh, yeah, bro, you see this game, the ball we played, oh my God, yeah, Ten Hag so bad. Bullshit.
So you're trying to say that we don't have a particular style of play? It's just all over the place?
No, I'm saying he's not that good, bro. Like, I go as far as to say he's not good.
So when we look at the results of Ten Hag's first season, I believe that's when you all won Carabao Cup and placed third, right?
Yeah,
third last year.
Third place,
and well, fans were really celebrating him as first season out the gate. They compared him to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and they did all these different things. Where do you all stand on people with that kind of mentality? Were you all also enamored by Ten Hag in the first season? Because it seems to be a flip. Is it actually a flip, or is it, did you have this opinion from the very beginning that Ten Hag wasn't that good?
Before you jump, let me just say one more thing to the first question you asked. I said Ten Hag out, but I don't think it makes sense to do it right now unless you're bringing back Solskjaer one time with the full squad of him, McKenna, and Carrick. Other than that, I don't see the point of firing him now. Like,
you serious, bro?
End of the season. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I don't even need to argue that, bro. It's not even a question. But what I was going to say, the second question you asked there.
Isaac, hear this, bro. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer made some you talk about pragmatic football. Like, if you open his inner sleeve of his jacket, the brand of the jacket that he's wearing is Pragmatic Limited. Because he is limited in terms of making good decisions. He has no system of play. You're actually seeing Ten Hag building aside. He's watching the needs of the club, what the team needs. But you see, it's such a toxic culture that it looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. Because the players making him look bad. So I don't think Ten Hag is the problem.
Okay, those words sound nice, bro. What is the style of play that Ten Hag is implementing, Bradley?
All right, so I don't want to get too theoretical or anything, but let's be real. Ten Hag, he saw that we need certain players, but every player that he brought in, it wasn't solely his decision. You know the culture of the club, you're trying to bring in a Mason
Yes,
Mount.
it was. Casemiro, Anthony, Mason Mount, Andre Onana were all his decisions. He said no to Diogo Costa, Andre Onana. He said no to men like Enzo Lefebvre. I want Mason Mount. He brought that shit snake. Sorry, I shouldn't speak about players like that.
Do
I
you think
apologize.
it's him or the director of football?
It's Ten Hag, bro. That's the players that he wanted.
So the director of football is just a guy who's just a figurehead. We still have that position vacant because they have a director of football that was hired to bring in certain players.
Well, there's this idea that a director of football only makes the decisions and then doesn't consider coaches. There's styles of how you do make decisions. So like at Man United, yes, the director of football is also taking notifications and desires from the analytics team. But he also has to trust that a coach understands certain players, right? So for example, I'll show you an example. The report suggests that the whole analytics team was like, why are we buying this shit on Amrabat? But Ten Hag pushed for that. To the point where Amrabat turned on other clubs to come to Man United. And the director of football gave him what he wanted.
So you're trying to say Amrabat is not a good CDM, but we watched a World Cup and we saw his play for his national side.
No, what you're saying is you saw one tackle that's popular online. But if you go and watch that Morocco-France game over, the man was getting shit on the whole game. It's funny you'd say that. Like about 2 weeks ago, a man, not even 2 weeks ago, maybe just this week now gone.
Yeah.
A man make a whole comp of Amrabat versus Morocco, and you see versus France, sorry, and then he has like 3 good actions. In the rest of the game, he getting ton up from everybody now. You know, so that little one Mbappe tackle, I'll be like, yeah, bro, it's Sofyan Amrabat. Dog, who in your think about this, right? Before this window, who you hear ever say, yeah, bro, I want what big people say, yeah, see Sofyan Amrabat, dog, that defense, that man real. I want a man.
So you
play
think
for my
people
club.
send us doubles and like people presenting a bag of 2 doubles, 2 slides, and when you open the bag, there's nothing inside there. It's like pies. You're trying to say we're getting bamboozled?
So what I'm saying is, so you're saying that right now, if we look at Ole's style of play and Ten Hag's style of play, Manchester fans argue that there was no identity under Ole. Is there an identity under Ten Hag?
Let me answer a bad answer. I don't really want to get too technical, but get technical, bro. What is the style of play? What's the identity?
Bro, remember when Ole was there? Okay, let's go back to Fergie days. All right? Fergie had a style of play with limited spend, but he built a culture. He built a brand. You agree with that, right?
I also think Solskjaer did that, so I want to see where you're going with this.
You think Ole did that? Let me tell you something.
Brad, if I go in my WhatsApp right now, I bet my Lolo, bro, that if I went to my WhatsApp right now and searched your opinion on where we would have finished the first season that Ole was there before the season started, I would bet my tool you said it was outside the top 5. I'll bet money on that. I was one of the only people saying, nah, he real bad, we'll make top 4. And everybody laughed, 6th at best. Like, men have very selective memories, bro. In the first season...
But, bro, if you compare the players Ole had compared to the players that Ten Hag had, I think Ole had better players. Telling you.
Dog.
Name Ole's starting 11 in the Premier League.
Here, Solskjaer's first ever starting first 11 versus Chelsea, right?
Let me hear you.
Let's see. There, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw. Fred, McTominay, Paul Pogba, Andreas Pereira, Rashford, and Martial. Bench players, right? Ashley Young, Phil Jones, Chris Smalling. Who's our midfield backups? I can't even remember. Mata.
Herrera?
Herrera had left for PSG that season.
Yeah, okay.
Damn, that's it.
Schweinsteiger?
Oh no, I forgot Jesse Lingard. Schweinsteiger left under Mourinho.
Mourinho. Okay.
Yeah. Right? That's his first ever start 11. Ten Hag's first ever start 11. De Gea, Alessandro Martinez, Varane, Shaw, and he chose Dallo.
Dallo
right?
over AWB.
Hold on. In midfield, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, and Christian Eriksen. Up front, Martial, Rashford, and Jadon Sancho. You fucking with me, huh? In what world our first squad could ever be better? Ollie's first squad could ever be better.
Okay.
That's gonna be in the real world, bro. For you to even say that, is like, that's the Lulu, bro. You know?
Well, bro, it looks like you're well prepared for this conference.
Dog, I don't know how people rate this shit, Snake, bro. I don't get it, bro. The men just make
So you think Ole should come back and do what?
First thing first, let's just start with the first question. I just know how this hen end up being my lead manager, dog. This big, on the man real operating this shit on. Oh, he won a trophy, though. You man won the friggin' Carabao Cup. You really care what that?
But Ole does won a trophy the first season. Did he win a trophy?
Who cares if you win the Carabao Cup, bro? Okay, cool. We won the Carabao Cup. And what? How is that helping me?
Yeah, bro.
Is that the Champions League?
And you brought back the side back in Europe. Anyhow, director, next question.
No problem, gentlemen. So here's the thing. In light of the recent results that we've seen in the Champions League and the Premier League, what do you think is the best course of action for Manchester United, whether it be in any transfer window, or do we get Ten Hag out at the end of the season? Well, we know your stance, Mr. Rudder, but realistically, what is the best course of action for Manchester United? Mr. Peters, let's start with you.
It's like a fungus that has spread through the entire club, through different areas. Administration, operations, straight down from the top, straight to the cleaner. They need a assessment of the club where it's at, and they need to get rid of all these figureheads who they think the Glazers. The Glazers has poisoned the club. They poison the club, the culture. I'm not saying they didn't have good times under the Glazers, but they don't have a system in place. They're spending the money poorly, and it trickles down, and the leadership is not there.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, you got it.
Name 2 poor signings under Solskjaer.
We talk about Solskjaer, you're talking about...
I'm asking you straight up. Name 2 poor signings under Solskjaer.
2 poor signings. Did Solskjaer bring in Cavani?
Cavani is a poor signing to you?
If you're looking at continuity, why would you always look to bring in these is it a retirement home?
Bro, Cavani scored 27 goals in the first season. It could never be a bad signing on a free transfer. Could never be a bad signing. A 27-goal man can't be a bad signing, bro.
All right. Bro, honestly, when Ole was there, I didn't really pay attention too much.
The reason I'm asking that question is you just said that the Glazers spend money poorly, right?
Right.
I agree. But is it that the Glazers are idiots who just throw money everywhere, or is it that the Glazers' model was to trust in the football nous of a manager? The reason I said my statement was who was bad under Ole is to be like, I would say the only bad spend under Ole was Van der Beek, who was, by the way, this is where it's clear, our analytics department signing, not a Solskjaer choice. Solskjaer wanted Declan Rice. So that's the only bad one. Well, actually, I lie. I mean, I guess you could say Cristiano too, but that's another conversation.
But Cristiano, if you compare Cristiano to Cavani, why would you say that Cavani was a good sign? Because he scored plenty goals. Cristiano scored plenty goals as well.
Yeah, but did we reach second in league and finish in a Europa League final that we lost only on penalties with Cristiano starting us?
I'll tell you something. If you're looking to rebuild that side, you don't look at the City model. I'm sorry to bring it.
I find it funny you didn't answer that question, bro. That's a very serious question I asked you. Did we finish second in the league and reach a European League final with Cristiano or Cavani?
Cavani.
Where did we finish with Cristiano Ronaldo and Rafael Varane, 2 Champions League winners starting for Man United? Where did we finish? Outside the top 4. In Europa League places.
Anyway.
So Isaac, in your opinion, what's the best course of action for Man United right now?
I think things are real bad right now, and I can't 100% say. My opinion is that Ten Hag is not that good. Even if, like, let's say he might have in one area, and I have to specify one area maybe understands okay attacking patterns. Okay, that's all he can do. He's not good at man management. You hear that man talk, nobody can tell me they hear that man talk and they feel inspired. We understand the right things. We work hard. How does that man inspire you? If that man was to do a motivational speech and you heard that, you'd be like, who is this guy? People are lying for no reason because for some reason, bro, this man is just hyped up. I don't get it. But he's not that good. And again, being a manager is way more than just being your tactical ability. You know? Also, I think people really misunderstand football when they think that just the manager decides the tactics. You have a group of coaches who discuss how you move forward with it. And you hire people as well sometimes to eventually to make that course of play better. So even though the responsibility falls on a manager, it actually is kind of, I'm going to say this, it's a dumb statement when people say, this manager has no tactical ability. Can that manager impede you getting to good tactical places? Yes. Can a manager himself be obsessive and then transfer that to his coaches to bring it to the team? Yes. But it's not just one person that decides that, right? It's a group, right? So even in that sense, his team clearly not that good. And you say, okay, the players letting him down, right? Why would Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford want to let down anybody? Like, those guys try to win all the time. Look how they play for their countries too. Why would they want to let down a man? For what purpose? Why would they not want to follow his instructions? If they really aren't, is it that they are just shit players who we can clearly see from our man being one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, which is Bruno? He's not a shit player and he understands instructions and working hard. So you have to ask, why is he shit?
So
who is putting him on the pitch?
So who is to blame right now?
Ten Hag, bro. He's shit. He's not good. And okay, one thing I can agree with you on, right? You said about the Glazers too. I agree that their time has come, right? But their biggest mistakes have been exactly that. Yeah. The manager hires. They bring in managers who do not match the ethos of the club. It's insane for you to say something like, unlike Solskjaer, when the truth of the matter is, in year one alone, year one of Solskjaer's reign, we had more big margin wins than all the other managers, including Ten Hag combined. How do you get, if you have no style of play and you suck, how are you scoring more goals with a shittier team? Hear that 11 I just told you, bro? No backup, no good backup left wing, no good backup right. Oh, and I forgot Dan James too under Solskjaer in that first year, right? No top tier of those things, but we are scoring sometimes 4 or 5 goals. Solskjaer's first ever game, we won 5-1 as interim. How do you think that happens? For him being a shit on and having no style of play? Hear how crazy this sounds, right? People say the Premier League is the hardest league in the world, dog. That 11 I just called you there was not even in the top 4 11s in the league, right? As in Solskjaer's first season. That wasn't even in the top 4 11s in the league. Okay, and yet, he finishes 3rd. So you're telling me, we have an 11 that's shittier than most
of them. He finished second.
No, 3rd in his first season. Second was his second season,
okay,
right?
Noted, yeah.
Finished 3rd in his first season. With us inferior squad and he has no style of play? How that making sense? We know the squad inferior for a fact. So how are they reaching to that level? It has to be the coaching. It's kind of insane that people say that about Oli, but I
think when Solskjaer reached, that new coach bounce, and they're inspired because we growing up 98, 99 Champions League winning side against Bayern Munich. They were inspired. They felt as though they were being coached by Fergie's rib in a way.
They were.
So just on inspiration alone, like if you see Cristiano, you're like, ooh, ah. But when the bargee boil, It didn't have much in the pot, you know.
Again, bro, who reaches a Europa League final if there's not much in a pot?
Bro, Europa League?
Yes, how do you reach a Europa League final where you only lose on penalties?
Because we were playing really poor sides.
That's not true. In the semi-final alone, we played Roma. Before that, we played Sociedad. We weren't playing poor sides. You want to be honest about what you just said there? You want to go back and look at who had the poor sides and see the results? Go watch our 2016 Europa League win. That is us playing poor sides. As in under Jose Mourinho. That's true of Jose. We were not playing poor sides.
Let's be real. We can be, if we're talking about United, we can be reaching a Europa League final. It is also utterly embarrassing to reach our final and not win. Just on that alone, I feel we shouldn't even mention that in this press conference.
So hold on. Hold on. Let me ask you this, right? Yeah. What is better? If you had to right now look in the camera and say, this was a better season. I won the Carabao Cup, but I literally have a goal difference of 3.
You know that
hold on. And I finished 3rd. I finished 2nd. To the champions, we have an equal amount of losses, which is the least in the league. I finished less than 10 points behind the champions, and I reached the Europa League final. What's a better season?
So let's put it Europa League final, Carabao Cup. Mm-hmm. I'm going to use a very satirical comparison. I'd rather go on a date with a thick woman. We're dating. And you know I'm going to this, right?
All right, I don't, but it's hilarious. So
right.
Yeah, I don't know either. I need to hear this.
Compared to getting totally swindled, I don't want to be too harsh on my words. Hold on, let me talk to my PR here.
Be very careful. Did you defuse our bomb here?
But in a nutshell, if you're reaching a final, you want to score, you want to win. When you go to the mall and you're looking for a gift for your wife on anniversary, you don't want to go home. You don't want to go home with something that was a giveaway from a sponsor. You want to go with, you want to win. How can you reach a final against Villarreal and lose? That's uninspiring.
On penalties, from missed penalty from there.
So, Mr. Peters, what you're saying is a trophy is better than no trophy.
Correct, is right.
That's dumb. Because you know why? That means if I won the community shield and that's all I won, that's a better season than somebody who finished second.
So if the government is gonna give you a hummingbird bronze, if you turn it down because Mark Hardy was nominated for best rap artist ever
and didn't win.
I'll put it this way, bro. If I could, let me give you the analogy that you're really trying to say, right? You're basically saying, if I could win the 100-meter race in a primary school track meet, that's better than me finishing second in the 100 meters in the Olympics, dog. That's what you're saying. Okay, no, you know what? No, Europa League is not Olympics. Let's take it a world long in the World Championships. Oh, bro, you got the silver medal. That's not as good as the goal and you winning against Dunross and Bishop Junior kids. Is it really not?
Bro, Carabao Cup is the league cup.
No, the shit cup. The tutu cup.
Wow.
The spray cup.
So, at least up there, they can't. I'm talking with that right now. Anyhow, let me not bring Tottenham in this conversation. They have nothing.
Bro,
if you want something.
Bro, nobody cares about the Carabao Cup. You don't win a set of money for that. It's not hard to win if you're a good side. It's only when you meet good sides.
So you don't care about the Hummingbird bronze,
but again, you're calling the Carabao the Hummingbird bronze. The Carabao Cup shouldn't even be up there in a conversation, bro. Nobody respects that.
Wow.
Right? And again, bro, you need to also look at the other things I said. Right? For a fact, bro, we scored an immensely small amount of goals last year, bro. Our goal difference was toots. We were winning games by very thin margins. You see, people like to watch results, and they call trophies results. But the truth of the matter is you have to watch the process of what a result is and how you got there.
So
if you ended matches
bro,
1-0, you need to ask, why did I end a match 1-0?
Bro, sorry to interrupt you. Actually, I'm not really sorry. An emphatic win compared to a tight scoreline. Okay, so let's use the example of Mourinho and the park the bus era, with a lot of 1-0 wins and not much goals. And I think they scored under 50 goals last season, and they won 2 trophies. So are you saying that underwhelming compared to a side that scoring plenty goals and finishing maybe third?
I am 100% saying unequivocally here that Mourinho should have lost his job after winning the Europa League and the Carling Cup. And I'll tell you why. Wow. We finished 6th in the Premier League. I want to repeat that. We finished 6th, 2 places lower. I just said a while ago, I implore anybody to go and watch. It's even on Manchester United's YouTube page. It's called The Road to the Europa League. Don't take my word for it. Go watch it yourself and tell me if you watch that football and those wins and feel like, yeah, boy, we won this game because Mourinho is a great coach and not because of blessedness, bro. If you don't believe, I'm not saying that's my opinion. Go watch it yourself and tell me what you think.
I've watched it, and that's why I said earlier, Europa League, you're laughing at the Carabao Cup, but you're comparing the Europa League. So are you saying that Moyes is a good coach because he carried West Ham to the 3rd tier European Championship? I don't even know the name of it. You know what I'm talking about, right?
That's the Carling Cup. That's the Carabao Cup of Europe, bro. Like the Europa League is the FA Cup or the Copa del Rey of Europe. So it's still respected. If you told me a FA Cup win, I would really respect that.
Tell me the FA Cup is, I understand it is greater, but the Carabao Cup still has some weight. Anyhow,
all right, gentlemen,
Director,
we're gonna have to wrap this up now. I want you all to give me one last thing, right? One last opinion. When it comes to the state of Manchester United right now, how do you feel? Do you feel any kind of hope for the future? Do you think this season is redeemable in any way, shape, or form?
Redeemable?
What's happening?
No, I don't think it's a redeemable season. I think we should accept. I mean, don't get me wrong. Not like we can't do anything. Like, we still have a chance to qualify for the next round of the Champions League. We're still in the FA Cup, which the first game is in January. So there's things to play for. But, and by the way, I'll also say that things are looking a little more up in terms of injuries. Shaw is back in training. Lissandro Martinez back in training. So we get some players back, right, that we need. But I'll say it again, bro. Ten Hag is not that good. You talking about winning. You see, and I realize this about a lot of people. People like moments and don't really discuss how you got to a moment, which is more important than the moment itself. Watch back at the season. What super inspiration did you even feel? Like, did you watch us and say, this team is playing like a team that I feel confident is going to win? We were not playing like that. Right. It's very... But you know what's funny? Again, I say I could go back in time. I know I could probably find a comment with you saying we'll finish outside the top 4 of the Premier League in Solskjaer's first year. And I can bet my life, bro, that nobody expected us to reach as far as we did in the league. Nobody expected us to finish 3rd, which, by the way, is factually the highest league finish since Fergie left up to that point. That's a fact. First in our first year, because Mourinho finished 2nd.
Isaac, I thought you were David Rudder's son, but I realized that you are Ole's son. So you're related to Fergie.
I just have common sense, bro. And I'm going to tell you that.
You acting like Ole can't do any wrong.
Okay, cool. You just said a little while ago he had no style of play. I asked you, how does a man who has no style of play consistently make his team?
Gentlemen.
Because he thought he was Fergie's rib.
Gentlemen, don't get off rail. Mr. Peters, what do you think?
I didn't finish. I missed the last thing, right? The last thing I will say is, let the season ride out, bro. And let him go at the end of the year. We'll have Ratcliffe in for the summertime. Get the right man, the right people, because it's not just Solskjaer. I want Solskjaer, McKenna, and Carrick back. All 3 of them, they need to return, right? And let them do their thing, bro. And with Sir Jim, I agree with that.
All right.
Mr. Peters, what was the best that could come out of this season for Man United?
Honestly, bro, it's like, okay, so I went to Anthony's. And you know when you're walking out of school and a Diego Sackman is on the next side of the road and you had to cross the road? That's how I'm feeling when I'm Manchester United jersey at this point in time. I feel shame. I can't go in bars. I'm getting, you get fat shamed. I'm getting side shamed. And honestly, I have no faith in us this season, but it's not Ten Hag's fault. You can see a man is trying his best despite his communication skills. And I know LVG had that problem as well. But you can see Ten Hag is building our side. He's buying good players. I will not call Mason Mount in that conversation. I don't know what Chelsea did to get that man sold to United for $58 million. I think we have a number 7 curse. I don't know what the hell it is. But I will say that Ten Hag is not the problem. And he understands discipline, what he did with Cristiano Ronaldo. It was not the right manner, but he's showing that no player is bigger than the club. He's showing that clear as day.
What does Solskjaer do when with Alexis and Lukaku?
Solskjaer, let's be real. Those
what
guys.
What does Solskjaer do with Alexis and Lukaku? Answer the question very directly, please. Don't spin it.
Okay. You can see Solskjaer is a yes man.
No, what did Solskjaer do with Alexis and Lukaku? I'm asking again. What did Solskjaer do with Alexis and Lukaku?
You tell me?
You don't know?
I don't know.
Okay, cool. Lukaku, our main forward, sold him to the point where he said in a press conference, I'd rather have a hole in my team than an asshole.
Quote unquote?
In a press conference. Bro, this is the Lulu world. What discipline is Ten Hag putting in place? Oh, let me go in a public forum and say, I didn't play my best player from preseason because he performed shit in training. But Anthony, though, can't wait for that guy to come back. How you could say you're a disciplinarian and a man could play shit for a whole season and still start every game, but then the other people say, you're not living up to my standards even though this man played shit. But he's going to keep playing, though. How is that discipline?
I will admit that Ten Hag has some favorites.
Bro, the man is dumb. He's not that good.
All right.
He's
Wow.
not good.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you very much for attending this emergency press conference. If you are still both fans of Man United, if you all could just shake hands and we could end the press conference amicably. Thank you, gentlemen. We will take our leave now. Thank you to all the viewers for watching, and we are out.
Jesus wept.